The Catholic faith in Medellin is a serious affair. Churches celebrate Mass every hour of the day to scores of devoted men and women, and the region has constantly been churning out priests and nuns. So nowhere more than here should the Pope's message of reconciliation resonate. But there's a catch.
The
Pope and the world are wrong. What they signed in this country is not a peace deal, it's a farce of impunity.
The Paisa, as the people from Medellin are called, are as devoted to the church as they are to their most famous son, former President Álvaro Uribe, who led the opposition to the peace deal with FARC rebels. José Galat, director of a conservative Catholic television channel, says this trip is a disgrace.
Here in Colombia, we held a referendum on whether or not to accept the peace deal with the guerrillas. The no one. People rejected it. The Pope said he would come only once the people had approved it. So he's not keeping his word. Why is he coming now? To support the president?
Indeed, the Pope has been instrumental in saving the peace deal, and the Pontiff invited President Juan Manuel Santos and Uribe to the Vatican to try to mend divisions. But church representatives say the political criticism is misdirected.
The slogan of this trip is to take the first step, and it needs to be understood in many fields and many aspects. Everybody needs to take this first step. Look inside their hearts. We all need to change our habits. It would be useless to have a political change if we don't change our hearts.
Catholic Church officials have been bending over backwards, insisting that the Pope's trip is purely pastoral. But Francis' commitment to the country's peace process makes confronting Colombia's political divisions unavoidable.
I don't think this visit can be interpreted outside of its political dimension. Unfortunately, what happened in our society is a great polarization around peace. So the main challenge for the Pope is to overcome those divisions and find reconciliation. It's also a direct message to the Colombian church that has been ambivalent on peace. Many bishops sponsored the no vote.
A challenge the Pope took head-on, hoping to make inroads in a country as faithful to its traditions as it is deeply divided on how to move on after decades of war. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, Medellin.